What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Forget about all that meta nonsense cheese. Let's get some actual interaction in these duels. We got Relinquished at the bottom and the last agent player on Earth apparently. Who can we get this man in actual Earth? I mean seriously, when you don't open with Agent of Mystery Earth, it just feels really bad when you're playing agents. Well, unless you open Venus, basically just those two monsters. Anyways, Relinquish is a deck that I'm not too keen on going first because basically your turn ones kind of look like this, where you're just summoning Relinquish and passing. And we know, Relinquish is a card that's strong, a la Thousand Eyes Restrict and Millennium Eyes, but the problem is, if your opponent doesn't have monsters on the field because you're going first, there's nothing to really suck up. And unlike Thousand Eyes Restrict, which you see in Go format, this card can't really slow the duel down to a screeching halt. But he does have this, the Millennium Eyes Illusionist, and at least that can give him some disruption against his opponent. So, alright, you know what? I don't know if I willed this guy to a copy of Earth, but he got there, so, there's that. Anyways, he is going to try to suck up that copy of Earth. Don't want your opponent getting the Surge, but actually, no, I'm trolling. I was thinking, oh my goodness, I'm trolling. I'm forgetting that this is Relinquished, and I'm so used to seeing this card used with Millennium Eyes Restrict. He actually still gets the Surge. Anyways, he's going to attack into Relinquish. People constantly forget that if Relinquished lives, if you destroy it by battle, it lives, and then they just end up sucking up your other monster. Now, he's going to get a couple of attacks here. I think he maybe got a little too cute trying to go for the Verde Anaconda, falls into a Solemn Warning. He was trying to probably use, if I was going to guess, I'm saying that he's probably trying to use Relinquish Fusion from his deck and get Millennium Eyes Restrict on the field for 2,000 life points. I don't know if it changes the game. No, it probably would have been worth it because he still gets a Sangan Search regardless. But unfortunate that he didn't, the summon was not successful. Anyways, he is going to simply end how this duel started with a copy of Relinquish on field. But can his opponent get that offense going? Maybe. We'll have to see here. He knows that he has the Illusionist in hand, which is interesting. I thought maybe, what he should have done was, I think this agent guy misplayed terribly because what he probably should have done was, he should have normal summoned the Venus, and he should have activated the effect, and then when his opponent predictably responded with Illusionist, he would have been able to use Herald of the Orange Light from hand and negate that. Then he would have gotten all his Shine Balls, and he would have been off to the races. Who knows where he could have went from there. Now, I think this guy is like, look, Cap, I'm getting sick of this guy sucking up on my monsters, so I'm going to make me a copy of Leo, because Leo can't be targeted. Okay, 200 IQ, big brain plays, I'll give you that. You make one card that can't be targeted, so how can Relinquish kill it if they don't have kaijus? But unfortunately, Dark Ruler No More is a B, and he has it in hand. So basically, we know that Dark Ruler No More can easily turn off the Leo. He is going to go for that Relinquish Fusion. By the way, of Verde Anaconda, he tried this last turn, it didn't work, but this time around, it is actually going to work. And I believe when his opponent tries to do, well, basically anything, he should be able to throw that Millennium Eyes Illusionist at him once again, suck up his monster, and then that is a GG. See, this is why you can't play agents, man. Like, so much has to go right for you to win. Basically, you have to resolve Venus. If you don't resolve Venus, that deck is just not going to do anything. But I don't know. Maybe when we get the new structure deck, assuming we get an agent structure deck, maybe Konami will reevaluate the deck. Anyways, we had way too much interaction in that duel. Now we need to go to current Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, technically they're both current Yu-Gi-Oh, but this is more like what you see in the meta, where we ain't having no interaction, baby. It's all about the turn one, and it's all about ridiculousness. And you know what? This is like a perfect duel that shows Konami spent the Reigns era making way too many Link monsters that summon from the deck. We have had discussions on this on my live stream, whether it is cards like Scrap Wyvern or just ridiculous, Auroradon, Summon Sorceress, I sold like all the Needle Fiber, all these broken cards that just summon from the freaking deck, and Scrap Wyvern is one of them. We know that Scraps and Orcust have a lot of synergy, and Scrap Wyvern is a pretty good kind of like mini engine. Saryuja Skoldred, haven't seen this guy in a while. Same thing with the Christian Rosnick's discard. You can even use it in Mermill, and you can get some tokens. Basically, we know how good token production is. Gonna go for the artifact Dagda, and this is crazy, right? Takes a Saryuja and just trades it in for a Link 2. Oh my goodness, man. Saryuja, the ultimate card that gets used for its effect, and then people are just like, get rid of this thing. Then he's gonna go into the Orcust combo, which I mean, it's actually interesting because this whole deck feels so retro, like what he's doing, you know, summoning like Orcust and doing a lot of these plays. It feels so incredibly retro, but it is going to be a ridiculously strong board. Like, you can't deny that. You go for Tornado Dragon strictly to pop your own artifact site, which makes it so your opponent ain't using the extra deck. Then you've got the disruption of the Machina Citadel, which can just blow up any of your opponent's monsters. Well, I mean, if they're under 3,000 attack, and presumably 3,000 attack monsters aren't that easy to drop. So if they're trying to go into extract monsters, you just pop them before they do that. You also have, well, Call by the Grave that's RNG. We're not going to call that, but you also have the Orchestrated Climax to just kind of stop anything else. And then you have protection for basically your entire field because you have Dingirsu as well. Orc is still a strong deck in my opinion. I know it doesn't see that much play, but I still feel like it's powerful. His opponent had Called by the Grave too, but no dice. In fact, honestly, I don't really think it mattered at all. I mean, my man's playing Bitron in the main deck, and he's going to summon a Bitron. Or no, Protron, Bitron, some trash Cyberse Sea monster. Basically the same. I'm going to assume one of them might be a 2. It's the same effing card. For all intents and purposes, is he playing a Tron deck? This is Digitron, Bitron, and Pro. I feel like if you get these 3 cards on the field at the same, you should just win the duel. Seriously, you should win the duel just for playing these damn cards, because who is actually doing that? It would have been kind of dope if you would have been able to find some way of getting Plasma on the field, but come on now. We knew that probably wasn't going to happen. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the short duels. If you did, get a video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.